microphone. I forget I need this thing. Alright. Another week. Another me here. Hey! How's everyone? Who's here already? I just got an email that I'm live. Alright. Alrighty. Let's wait a few minutes for people to get here. It is Wednesday, right? It is. It's been a busy day. Hey, Quantum Negative. What's up? Seems like my microphone's a little bit too high today. Get it a little bit low. It's a little bit too hard. It's a little bit too high. Let's see. Jetty microphone. That seems a little bit better. Okay, let me know if my microphone is a little bit too high. Hey Maitland, yes, it's already Wednesday again. Wednesday again. Hey, that shot seems to be working alrighty. Yep. Alright, cool. Justin, how are you, Justin? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Python today. Python, important stuff. Yes, we're talking about Python. How are you guys? I'm exhausted. I've been working so much, doing so much stuff. Oh, thank you. This microphone, I just love this freaking microphone. It's awesome. It's really great. So how you guys been? I've had already a really busy week already. She's great. It's good. Hey Juan Lu, how are you, Juan Lu? I wish my webcam didn't have that kind of a lag. Stupid lag. I don't know. Just feels a little bit weird. But anyway. Okay. So how you guys been? How's your week so far? So we're gonna talk about Python today, which is something I love. You can see I have it. Let me switch to my other. Better tire. Cool. You can see I have a bunch of code here. Wow. This is all the tab 2 code. I do a lot of Python. You can see I have a bunch of projects. I have tab 2, I have Project Man, I have Mixplorer, which is another tool that I'm working on. I have some random tool. There's a lot. I do a lot of Python. You guys. Oh yeah, the Mayan symbol here in my t-shirt. Yes, it is Mayan. It's meant to be, I don't remember what it says on the back what it's about. It's for people that are born in January. I think it's like their calendar. I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's called no, I don't remember. But yeah, it's a Mayan symbol. I got it in when I went to Cancun, in Yucatan. There's a lot of Mayan people still there. It's pretty cool. All right, so it's been 5 minutes. No more waiting for people. If you're not here, you're missing out. Because we're going to talk about Python, and that's really cool stuff. Let me just put my chat over here where I can see you guys. Hey, Orlando. What's up, Orlando? Alright, so first of all, I will remind you guys that Tab 2 is still in pre-release. It's gonna be improved at least for 2 more this week and next week. So if you're not getting tab 2 in these weeks, the price is gonna go up to 50. If you don't get it, I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff there. It's totally done. There's a few kinks that I want to fix, but the tool it's already it's ready for version 1. I actually been working on a few features for version 2 already. So I just need to do some documentation, and the tool it's mostly done, and some documentation, some videos, and we're done with version 1 because the targets that I had for version 1 are done. So if you don't get it this week or next week, it's gonna go up in price, or you can still get it for 50 whenever you want if you want to support us, for sure, right? But yeah, that's about tab 2, and it's looking pretty cool. I can show you guys a little sneak peek, and let's see if you guys can guess what this is. Some of you might, some might not. Let me arrange my window there. Okay, so you can see this. I have tab 2, just normal. If you haven't, if you are not a client, you can see that there's a few new things, like this icon is new. Let me make this just bigger. There's also now the list just shrinks and grows depending on how many tools you have. You can see right now it just goes all the way up to the bottom of the screen. It will try to use as much space as possible, but if you have just a few tools, it just shrinks down. And the new feature that I've been working at, but this is gonna be for version 2, is this actually. If you type that, somebody wanna guess what that is? It brings a list of something. I think the icon gives it away. So it's not much of a guess in there. No guesses? Well, if let's say I type endpoints. Any guesses? And this is already kind of working. I have some text that it's being outputted here, but basically this is all the Bex functions. It just lists all the Bex functions, and yeah, Orlando got it. And then you can search them, and then it prints the help here. The help will be here in the UI. I will embed it there. But so far it's just like this, but yeah, it's getting there. You can search the functions and get help from them. Printf, still in very early beta, but it's something that it's part of what part 2 is gonna be. Maybe even later help for different tools like this ones will be available in a second panel here. But for now, yeah, Bex functions are gonna be here. Python functions I wanna put as well. HScript functions, I wanna do that as well. So yeah, instead of having to go to help and stuff, or do it in a textport, or can you do it in textport? I don't think so. Can you? Help endpoints. No, you can't do it in textport. You need to go to the help or do it in a Wrangle. But with this thing, you are not gonna have to do that. You just type your function here, add point, point to geometry, and I will have examples and maybe even GIFs and stuff like that. All of the functions are already included. If I just type the angle bracket, this already has all the functions are there already. They are all here. Each and every one of those functions is here. It's already there. So you want to know X, Y, Z, dist finds the distance of a point to a geometry. Yeah, so yeah, every function is gonna be there. So cool. All right, so let's talk about Python and well, first of all, tab 2 is built on Python and works pretty fast. It's really responsive. Everything it's amazing. I've been pushing Python a lot in Houdini for a while. If you don't know, I need to show you this, guys. Speaker. So I did this Python character picker, which looks pretty familiar right now. Looks pretty familiar right now, but I did this way before the Python panel existed. This was done. Let's search and see where did I do this. When did I do this? 2014. That's 4 years ago. That might have been middle of 2014. The Python panel didn't existed yet. As you can see in these images, which is pretty cool. Let's open image in a new window. As you can see in this image, the panel was actually the panel here. It was actually separated. It was a separate panel. I was using PySide at the moment, but it wasn't embedded into Python, into Houdini. You could run tools and stuff, but they run very weirdly. It was on top of Houdini, it crashed a bit sometimes. But yeah, I did this way before the Python panel existed. Reload current desktop. And I did a bunch of stuff. You can see now we have the Python panel here, which was added later. And as you can see, I have a bunch of things I do. I have my project manager, this one, which is a project manager that I use a lot. Here you can see it lists all my scenes. I select my project here, then it lists my scenes, and then I can just double click on one of them and opens the scene. You can open another one really quickly. So it does that, and this thingy, let me see, where's my, here. That one is actually available. Not the whole thing. I've been adding things to it over the years or over the months. I don't know. It's been a while since I did it. But yeah, I've been adding stuff to it, but it is the base of it. It's all in my website. It's available for you guys to check out whenever this thing wants to open the page. So if you see here in courses, or go here to courses and damn it, what's happening? And Python, you will find the project manager here. You can find it in the YouTube channel as well, but here you can get it as all organized and stuff. It's free. This one is free, so everybody can see it. It's like about a few hours long, but it's pretty cool. So if you want to get into that, it's pretty cool. We also have another Python intro. That is not an intro. It will show you how to do that that manager. But I have another one that it's a here a webinar that it's an intro. So Houdini Python introduction. That will teach you, start from zero, and it will teach you what is Python, how you will do variables and stuff like that. So if you haven't used Python, you can start with that. So all right, so now let's go see what the hell it's Python in Houdini. So should we use Python? There's now we talked last week about HScript. There's a big boom of bags. Everybody wants to do bags now. So should we even use Python? And the answer is totally yes, but it's not for everything. All right, Python and bags have different paths. Some paths cross a little bit or touch, but they are not the same. So the strengths of Python are on doing, in Houdini it's doing UI. Most of the UI in Houdini, the UI stuff is done with Python, like the new panels, like the character picker that looks like the character picker that I made. Let's see if I can make the tune character here. So just to clarify, this was done after I made the one that I just showed you guys. It's pretty similar. I don't want to say that it was it might have been inspirational, the one that I did, but I don't know. So but this character picker, you have to do it yourself. It's like you just add a control, so you can use any character, and then you edit the label, etc. If this is gonna be the arm, so all this stuff is done in Python. I'm not typing. There we go. Arm, and it's pretty. Is it pretty small? I don't see it. It's pretty damn small. I don't know. I don't use this thing, so how behavior translate. Oh, you can move it and stuff, but I don't know how to resize it. Set background. You can set the background as well. You can take a picture of the background. Set background from viewport. Then you get the background there, and then you get to move this guy whenever it needs to be. And then when you go out of edit mode, you can just click on it to select that that thing that you did there. Hopefully that's the way it works. I haven't used this, and I didn't do this. This is the official plugin from Side Effects. The other one that it's done completely in Python is the new auto rig. This is all Python stuff. You can see this is all Python stuff. This project manager I already show you guys. The pose library, it's another one that is done completely in Python. This character doesn't have any poses, I think. Let's use the girl. No, it's female. Simple female. Whoa, that's pretty small. Let's use this character, and there you go. This is all done in Python as well. You can just say do a walk, and you do a walk. So you can see there's a lot of stuff you can do to expand Houdini, and that's what basically what I'm doing with tab 2. I'm using Python to expand Houdini. Also, Python is used a lot in Houdini. Also, these tools here, these shelf tools, if you right click on them and click edit tool, you can see here in the script there is Python here. There's a bunch of Python tools that create the tools. Actually, when you create any tool here in Houdini, like geometry, Python it's already executing. It's still executing actually, and that was done by Python. So all that stuff is done by Python, and we're gonna see a few things that we can do. If you see the intro that I did, I actually made a tool there that I should have in my shelf. We made this out tool, which is just a tool to create an out node, just with custom preferences. This tool there, the out tool, it just makes the tool there, gives you a dialog to name it already, out box, and does all the things that it wants you to do, puts the color on it and stuff. If we go to the tool, you can see there's a few scripts here. If there's any spaces, it removes the space, puts an underscore or whatever. So, but yeah, all this stuff, a lot of the tools actually all the tools in Houdini are basically created with Python. You can see the lights are created with Python. Everything, all these setups. Let's see the Pyro Shelf Firewall edit tool. This is Python. We can even go and see what this function is doing. Those scripts are available with Python, with Houdini. So you can do more stuff. Houdini comes with PySide, which is basically the same thing as PyQt, if you don't know what that is. But you can do other kind of tools, like I did this reference tool. I can click that. It asks me for an image, and then I give it an image. Let's go to mix training. Let's see something that I was making. Here, comp renders. Come on, it's up in the folder, I think. So yeah, a lot of stuff in Houdini are done. Basically, most of the there's a bunch of logic and UI stuff done in. Oh, what the hell is happening? There we go. I don't know. Something weird happened. Hopefully we don't freeze. All right, so just open an image, and you can see I have a window here with an image. This is an effect I'm doing, a sand effect I'm doing. And I can have this image here for reference. It's gonna be there all the time because I made it be always on top. So if I wanna be modeling or having an image here for modeling, there's several images I can open, whatever. Let me open another folder because that one is a little bit weird. You can see I can open another image. I have the image here, and I can have different images. I can close them, whatever. So that's another tool I built here, but it's basically, I use Python mostly for UI, but it's also used a lot for logic, and we're gonna do a bit of logic as well. Let's say I think of Bex for single stuff, Python for single threaded stuff. No, No, that's not it. Bex and Python are two different things. It's not that one is multi-threaded and one is single-threaded. That is not the difference. The differences are Python is more geared towards UI and logic and building tools, and Bex is more like, it's more geared towards shading and managing geometry and stuff like that. So if you wanted to do a UI with Bex, you can't. If you wanted to manipulate a lot of geometry with Python, you can, but it's gonna be slower. But you can manipulate geometry with Python. There is a Python node which will manipulate geometry, as you can see there, but it's not as fast as Bex. It's not as optimized as Bex. So I don't use it, but it is very useful for example, if you want to import geometry and if you want to lay out geometry, do a bunch of stuff like program a tool in Python that you want to import something and create something else. Python is really useful for that. But if you want to iterate really fast in the geometry, you should use Bex for that. It's faster. So it's different uses. It's not like one is multi-threaded and one is not. That is not the difference. So like this tool here that I made, you can see, I can show you this tool. So basically this tool takes an ASS file from Arnold and converts all the lights to redshift lights. So it does it really quickly. So let me show you. I have an ASS file here. It's an Arnold file, Arnold renderer, and then I click that, and now you can see I imported a bunch of lights from that file, and these are actually redshift lights now. So that's a script I wrote for a pipeline we're working on. So Python, think about it more again like UI, pipeline, all that stuff is perfect for Python. Building tools, exporting stuff, importing stuff. So you can see I just with one freaking click I imported. I read the file, found all the lights, created all the lights, set the positions and all that stuff. Set the shader properties even for this light. I found the HDR, assigned it to it, set the intensity. All that stuff was just done with Python really quickly. So other places that you can use Python on, or places that you can use Python is the Python shell here in the window, Python shell, right? Or you can have a panel there, and this is basically just Python. If you have used Python before, this is just Python. But you can access the Who module, which is what Houdini is. Basically the whole Houdini module. It's named Who. You can get a bunch of stuff here, like the Houdini path, which is really useful. You can see that's Houdini path. That's all the stuff that you have set to the Houdini path. You can say Houdini Who home directory, which is where your settings are saved or are read from. Is there a command to lock viewport camera? It should be. The viewport has been scripted a little bit, actually a lot. So you should be able to toggle that on and off with a command. I can see if I have I did a script to toggle normals, but I don't remember where I put it. But yeah, that will be very similar to what you're saying, to toggle the this guy on and off. But yeah, there is a way to do it. So the other things you can do here, which starts to get interesting, is you can access the UI module, which you can show a message, UI display message, and you can pass a text to this. Hello everyone on chat. So if you do that, you can see it displays this window, which is a native Houdini window with our text there. So this is really useful for when you're programming tools and you want to communicate to the user, hey, you should select the tool. Or actually I'm using it in tab 2 for when you want to add OBJ parameters, Redshift OBJ parameters, and you have nothing selected. It tells you, you need to select the OBJ or camera first. So that's the message, and Houdini shows you that message for different tools and stuff, right? You can even set the title of the window if you want to have some title, hello message, and press enter. And now what does it say? No keyword, sorry man. Okay, it wants me to have this at the end. Yeah, Python title, it's gonna be hello message, and now here the title says hello message, and the message here you can even customize the icon here if it's a warning, if it's an info. By default it's an information stuff. So that's another thing you can use Python for. There's a bunch of stuff you can use it for, like I have a script here that will give me the selected objects, which is really useful. Let's click on that, and I get, let's see, okay, let's get some objects here, geo, null, and a bone. Disconnect this guy. Let's see, selected objects. I have a panel for this, I think. Let me bring the Python panel. Selected objects. Here you can see if I click this guy, get selected objects, it will give me the object that I have selected. I can clear the list. It doesn't work to clear list for some reason. I think I didn't finish that. But if I have just those two selected, it will add those two. This was just a testing widget I did, but it's really simple to get the selected objects. Just it's a simple command. Let's do it here. If I have these two guys selected, who that selected nodes, and that's a function, and you can see it prints a tuple of objects that are selected. This is the null one, and this is the geo one. So that's something that it's very useful in Python to have, because some tools requires you to have something selected and all that thing, right? So this is the Python shell. You can do it from the Python shell, but that is not like I told you can do. So the other way is you can embed the Python. If you go to the Python source editor, there's some Python that you can embed here, and you can run stuff from here. But the really useful one is if you create tools like this ones. So let's create one tool here. You just in any shelf here, you can just right click and say new tool, and Houdini just crashed. That's new. Wow, awesome. Let's see if we can make it crash again so we can report that. I don't think so. So let me just put Houdini where it should be. Always differently from anyone else, or I guess most of the people in the world, I get excited with Houdini when Houdini crashes because I can report it or fix it or do something. Delete tool. You can see there's a message from Houdini. Yes, I want to delete that tool. Let's create again. We can edit the tool. New tool. It didn't crash. Okay, so you can save tools. By default, they're saved into a shelf, and the shelf files are in your preferences. In your preferences folder, there is what is it? A toolbar folder, and there's a default shelf which will hold all your tools. By default, it will save them there. You can create your own. You can see I have a Baromix shelf there. You can just go here and select whatever file you want to save them to. I don't want to save it to that one. Toolbar, I want to save it to that default, and you can see it saves it there. You can have another one, and you can save it on their live tool. Let's call this live tool, and you can give it an icon here. If you know the name, you can type it here. If you're a nerd like me, you already know a few names, but you can also click here and explore the icons, the Houdini icons. All the icons are here. Let's use this auto, and you can apply that, and now you have the tool there in your shelf. You also will have your tool here in your why is it not there? Live. Weird. Because it's not, has nothing. Let's put it in OBJ context, apply, live. You can see it, there you go. We already have it in tab 2. There's our tool. Right now it does nothing. Live, it's here too as well in the regular tab menu. Let's go. Now we can just say that, but it doesn't do anything, right? But if we wanna do something with this, we go to the we edit the tool, and then we can do some scripting here. You can select HScript or Python. HScript it's not used as much for this, but Python is. So again, we can do whatever we did here. UI.display message, and say hello. And I do this a lot just to test that everything is working. Click it. Now you can see there's my window there, so I know this tool is working. Or I also do print hello, and just click apply, and it will print it here down in the console here in the Python shelf. That's why I have it here all the time. Click it, you can see it says hello there. Hello chat. You know what would be cool if I can send a message from here to the chat here. Print message here. It would be cool if we could do that. That would be cool. I don't know if YouTube has an API. It should have. YouTube chat API. Live chat API. I'm pretty sure it has, and I'm pretty sure it's Python. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try to do something at the very end, see if we can send Python, send a message Python, just send message to YouTube chat. That would be really cool. Cool. You need to have the API keys and all that stuff. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. All right, no worries. We can do it another time. All right, so this is another thing you can do here in Python again. You can customize stuff here. You can even save notes. I think yesterday someone posted a video of how to save notes to code, which is cool. So now here we can create a tool. Let's say we need to let's say we want to create some lights, RS light, and we also have some nulls. No, I can type. I don't need to type. No, it's the first one. Why am I typing more than N? I made it specifically just to type N, and I'm not doing that. So let's say bone. Create some. Actually, we can create some bones here connected. My multiplier is fucked. So now let's say that we have these things and we want to select everything here and we want to filter lights. Just filter lights here. That's something you will do in production sometimes. Just get all the lights, change something on the lights, tweak some parameters, which we are going to do. So let's say, let's go to the light tab, which we have color here. And first let's create a function. Let's call it def. I'm gonna do this in code because this is gonna be really small. Code, it's opening, and my font size is small again. Need to make it huge. Huge. Does the external editor work here? I don't think so. No. Okay. So let's make this Python. Set this to Python. And then, so let's create a function first. So def creates a function. Basically, it's I think about it like this: define. A function is gonna say list objects. It's gonna take no parameters, but it needs to the opening bracket, and then we're gonna say who dot selected nodes, and let's just print that. Let's put this in a variable, cell nodes. It's gonna be that, and then print cell selected nodes. I always forget to do this. Selected nodes and print the variable here at the end. So basically here is prints a string, and then basically this is kind of the comma here means print this line and then print this line as well. So if we copy this, put it here and apply, it's going to, when we click this, it's gonna fail. Oh yeah, because we're not running the command here. We declare the function here, but we're not running it, so we should be doing it down here, list objects. Call that function there. I don't want to save it. Let's make it that, apply, and I'm going to reorganize a little here, apply. Then if I click here, you can see now it shows the selected nodes. Right now I just have one. Let me make this not be on top, but I can select everything and then here apply, and now I have all these nodes selected. Now I can say here, let's say I want to know how many nodes there are, so let's print. Don't print this. You can say with length we can get the length of something. In this case, this is going to return select nodes returns. selected nodes returns a tuple, so it should have a length property. So we can say cell nodes. I don't want to save it. Copy, paste it here, apply, and you can see now it says there's 0 objects because I don't have anything selected. Select everything. Now we have 9 objects selected, right? Okay, so now let's go to something cool. Let's say for object in selected nodes. So basically here I'm saying we're gonna go through every object that it's on this selection and do something. So the current object is gonna be in obj. So obj we're gonna have a name. That's gonna be a type node because we are doing nodes, right? So if we put this here, apply, and run it, now we have 9. We are not printing this, sorry, I forgot to say print here. Print, apply, run. Now we are listing all the nodes here, all the names, right? We can also list other stuff here, like let's say print, that's the name, but I can do also obj.type. Yeah, type name. So nodes have a type and the type has a name. We can type this, try that, and I have nothing selected. So now you can see we have a name and the type here of the name. You can see if I select all these guys, we get bone. It's of type bone, and RS light, it's of type that is, it's useful because if you want to get all the lights, you shouldn't be going from the name, because this could be fill light and this will be top light, and this could be named environment light, and this could be named Pedro, whatever. Could be named whatever, or maybe even Roberto for sure. But if you run the script, it will tell you the name, but it will tell you what type of light it is. So now we can make some conditions with that. Let's say here, if the object type name here is equal to this guy, we're gonna filter lights RS. In this guy, we're gonna filter this redshift lights that I did. If the type is this type, now we're gonna print that thing, not everything. So we're filtering the nodes here. So let's say we print obj dot name. So only if in the selected nodes, if we find an object that is of this type, we're gonna print that one, right? So you can see that we're gonna start making we can start making really useful tools. So now you can see, let's apply and click here, and says that there's an error. Oh yeah, because I just did one equal signs here. When you're gonna compare, you need to have double equal sign there. And that's my issue. Python is saying, what the hell are you doing? And now you can see we have 3 lights. We have 9 objects, but we're only getting back the 4 lights that we have here. So now we can start messing with the parameters here, and you can see each parameter has a parameter name. If you put your cursor over the parameter, you can see below where it says parameters is listing the parameter name. For this case, it's called light one color mode. This one's called RSL intensity multiplier. Juanjo really needs to make these parameters more uniform. This light one. All right, yeah. All right, so let's change the mode, the light type here. Let's make all these lights light type is called light underscore type. We're gonna make it area light, and that's whenever you're dealing with drop downs, you can treat this as a list. It's just 0, 1, 2, 3. That's how you can set this parameter. So let's set that that light type, or yeah, that set the light type for that parameter. So if we have a light, we know that we are gonna have that parameter. So this is not gonna fail. So you say for that, you say you get the node, which in this case is obj, and then you type parm, which is the way you get the parameter, and the parameter was called light type, and you send it as a string, and then you can set the parameter here, and you can set it here to whatever you want. In our case, we wanted to set it to 3 because we want to set it to area light, and you can even set a comment here, set all lights to area light, and now we can do that and paste here. Now you can see all lights are just distant lights. So let's select 3 and run the apply, run this. Now you can see these lights are area lights, area light, area light, area light, and this is a distant light because I didn't select that one. But if I have 100 lights and I want to make them all area lights, I can do that there, right? So another thing is, what if I wanna do this light by default? I want to make it an area light. I don't really use the distant light, and Redshift always wants to make the light a distant light. And there's just one thing here. You can see actually, oh, this is using Python. I'm surprised. You can actually modify this tool if you wanted to. We could do it. We could say this is what is creating the light. It's already capturing the node here. So we can even copy our code here. But in this case, the node is this new node. We could just put it there and hit apply and accept. Now, if we create RS lights here, let's just control click on it. We have a new RS light, and if we go to the light, it's gonna be, by default, it's gonna be an area light because we are embedding that code into the shelf tool here. So, which is actually something I wanna have because I'm always changing this to area lights all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. So again, if you want it, let's do something else. Like let's change the color of these guys. Let's see. These lights never have this color. Some people make this in studios, like they customize the colors of nodes so they know what's happening, or just because maybe you're sometimes working at this level because scenes are too big, and right away you can see, all right, that's a light because it's yellow, so that's a light. So we can set the color of that. And sometimes what I do is just I drag nodes here, and you can see you get that node, and we can say RGB is the command, color, yeah, there we go. So if I type color, I just get the current color of the object. So I use that as a shortcut to get me this far. So let's set these lights to be yellow here as well. So object, we're gonna set another parameter. In this case, actually no, we're gonna say set a color, set color, and the color takes a hue color, which this is what I copied from there, but the color should be like this. Like that. Close that parenthesis there, and that parenthesis there. And let's see if it works. Where's our tool? Here, edit tool. Paste the freaking thingy. Let's try these guys. And there we go. Now they're yellow. And they are all area lights. So you can see how you can automate a lot of stuff. You can even go like if a light is called Roberto, make that light a different color, like blue or whatever. So that's something that you can do really cool. So I'm gonna move on from tools here, and I'm gonna move to HDAs. Are there any questions from you guys? If you have any questions, let me know before I move on to what am I going to move to? HDAs. Yeah, HDAs. No questions? No questions, eh? All right. So now let's move on to HDAs, and let's create a geometry. Let's create a torus. And let's create a tool here. Let's say that I want to have a switch. We don't know. I don't need to type that much for a null. Just need to type in. Yeah, type your question. Type your question away. Type it. So we can make this an HDA. Really cool, really fast, new HDA. Let's call this simple guy. I don't know. I just want to save it like that. And I don't want to save it to there. Let me save it to another place so I don't have it there. Simple guy there. All right, accept. And let me save this file as well there. Restraining here, simple HDA with Python version 1. All right, so I got this simple guy. Woo, simple guy. So let's say that this simple guy is gonna have some parameters here. Type properties. Type properties. Where's my type properties? I don't see my type properties. Here it is. Sorry. Let's say you moved my window. There we go. Actually, let's put a file here. File. And this guy. So we have some geometry here. And like that. And we'll promote this guy. Oh shoot, I don't want to move this. Stay on top, you guy. I want to promote this guy here. And apply and accept. Can it be used to script geometry creation? Yeah, you can use it for script geometry creation. What are you thinking? What do you want to create? All right, so let's say that we have these two guys. We want to do something with this switch. Let's say we want to, whenever there's a file here, we want to switch this guy to there. There's other ways to do it, but I'm just gonna do it with Python to show you how you can do it. And here in the damn it, why can't I resize this thing? Now I can resize it. So in the operator type properties, you can go to the scripts tab, and you can put a Python script here. You can say I can put a Python module here, and now I can script on this side here. Let's say print print hello and apply and accept, and nothing happens until you recook the node. You can see it says hello there. Right? So now we have something that's happening there, but how can you trigger this? Actually, fields here have a way to trigger Python. So whenever this thing changes, we can script this and this thing. So let's say that let's make a function here and say show file, and it's gonna take no parameters. So it's gonna just say we're gonna get this node here, and let's say that this is gonna be equals to who.pwd. So basically this is just getting this node. So what I'm gonna do is get that guy to script it. So this dot I got lost a little bit. Yeah, you can do geometry creation with Python, but if you're gonna create like a bunch of geometry or want it to be more procedural or interactive, I think Bex is faster. But Python can totally do it, but it's just not as optimized as Bex for geometry. But you can totally do it. Like I was saying, that if you want to import a lot of stuff, like a lot of geometry and lay it out in the scene and apply shaders and all that stuff, that will be done with Python. So let's get, I'm gonna get the switch node. Let's say that the switch, it's gonna be equal to who.node. I'm just gonna get the path to who this dot, damn it, to this node path. Let's see if that works. Plus switch 1. Let's see if this works. Apply and accept, and I didn't want to close that actually. So now to run this guy, this show file, we can go to the parameters here, and in this parameter we can trigger Python here. Whenever this parameter is changed, we can trigger Python. We just need to change this callback script to Python, and then you call it like who pwd HDA module dot show file. So basically you're saying getting this node and then getting the HDA module for this node, which is basically referring to this guy, and then you run your function there, or your. So now let's see if it's working. It should print something here. Let's just put an A there. No, pata is not defined. Of course that it's not defined. That was my mistake. Hey. So here it's not pata, it's path. Let's see if it works again. All right, so here we go. We have something. It says none because this thing doesn't work. But we are doing something. So let's print that path. I don't remember if that's the path away. Okay, yeah, this is total simple. Oh, Why is it getting simple guy? Oh yeah, simple guy, and then switch. Oh, there's yeah, there's a missing backslash forward slash there. Let's make this guy be over here, and let's just modify that. All right, cool. Now we have the switch. All right, so we have the switch node here. We have the switch, and whenever the parameter changes, we want to switch to this guy. And let's say that switch that parm, which the parameter is called input. Set that to 0 because 0 is the first input. Like that. So we are getting that. Let's get the parameter for this guy. Let's say if this is not empty, let's say this dot parm, we're getting the parameter of this guy, which is gonna be called name file. Let's call this file parameter. We're gonna get this file parameter there. So I'm gonna make if file parameter. So basically, just if file parameter is not 0, you do this. This is a faster way to check in Python. Just don't put if this is equal or greater to 0. Don't do that. If you know this is true, you just do something with it, and that's faster optimized code. So right now it shouldn't switch to 1. You can see now it's failing because I know it should change to 1. Let's see if this is running. Print switching apply. Now let's put A here. All right, now it's switched. And if we put that, all right, so let's say if else, just switch it back to 1. Let's switch it to 1 and apply. And if this guy has something here, no type attribute, what the hell happened now? Let's see, like that. What line is it? Line 10? Line 10 says that it doesn't here switch. What the hell? Switch is here. Weirdo. Let's say that if we put something here, it's switching, but it's erroring because there's no file. All right, we can load a file here. We can load an actual file because this is not an actual file, but I'm just testing here. So seems like it's working up to here. I don't know why this is not working up to here for some reason. Let's put another print here. Switching to Taurus. And let's apply that and see what's happening here. Known type has no attribute parm. That's weird. Why are you saying no type? Print switch. Apply. Am I doing something wrong here that I'm not seeing, guys? Switching. It's not switching to the Taurus here for some reason. It is getting the right path. Switch parm input, set it to 1. Should be set to 1 like this. Why is it not working? Da-da-da. I think my logic here is it's not correct, so we are gonna have to say greater than 0. So my logic is just not good there, I think, but it's not, still not switching. I don't know. Are you guys seeing something? Oh yeah, I know what oh man, I need to evolve this. This is for getting the actual, this is right. When you say eval, it will get the whatever is in the parameter will get it back to for you. So that's my issue there. So now if I do this, it says has no attribute eval. I mean, file parameter eval. Come on, why is everything failing today? Oh man. File parm. This is just ridiculous because it's getting the parm file eval. No, I don't know what's happening. I'm blocking or something. I'm stage fright. Nah, not really. So let's see. Eval, parm eval. I know it's right. Python eval. I'm just looking at the help. Houdini. Get value. Alrighty, I don't know what I'm doing. For some reason, it's not working. I don't know what the hell is happening. Should be working. All right, let's see. There was a question. Please show us how to use the viewport color Python script. Viewport color Python script? I don't know what that is. Hi Venkat. Hi. 33 jazz. All right, I will do that at the end. So right now I'm just fighting this thing because it says that I don't. Let me try doing this. Let me try to evolve this here, and it's gonna work here for sure. You can see that works. It's like, why isn't it working here? Let's say, so this is simple guy. Yeah, I know that is good. Now it didn't, well, why it didn't complain anymore? And now it's working. Pfft, it didn't do anything. So now you can see it's working. So now you have, you can do a tool like if you are having a tool that needs to have geometry, because sometimes you do tools and then you create some procedures there, but if there's no geometry, it's gonna fail. But then you give the user the option to put some geometry here, and now we can load something. I don't know. Let's go to my library models. Let's do whatever. Model kits. No, that's too big. Duck. I have a duck there. Cool. So now we have. If I load a model, it's gonna switch to that. If I remove that, it's gonna switch back to the torus. You can now. Some will argue that, oh, you can just do it simpler instead of doing that stuff. And yeah, you can do it simpler. Like, let's remove this guy and apply, and it's not gonna run that. But you can say if endpoints of the 0 input, it's greater than 0, you will do something, etc. Right now it's switching to the it's less than 0. So we'll let's put this. It's greater than. I don't need to have spaces here. Greater than 0. You can do that and have conditions here. You can put an if here. If endpoints it's greater than 0, do 0, else do 1. You can do it like that. If endpoints 0, that should be working. Ah man, nothing's working today. So anyway, you could do it with this way, but you could do something more interesting in Python. If you only want to load like OBJ objects or something like that, you can check that the path actually ends in OBJ, stuff like that. The viewport color editor panel is an old panel. I don't think it's even available anymore. Is it? But yeah, it's not fun. As much as I know, it's not fun. But alright, so let me finish with what I was talking about. So now you can have in your HDA, you can program your HDA and do it do as much stuff as you want here. You can check if the file you're loading if your file you're loading is actually of a certain type, then can you do something. If it's a different type, you will do something else and stuff like that. So Python has all these batteries included for all that kind of stuff, and this is stuff you can't do with Bex, because Bex is not built for that. Alright, so let's just stop with that. I hope the point is clear. And somebody's saying that I should talk about the viewport color editor. That is a panel that it was available in older versions of Houdini. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can load it from here, but I think this doesn't really work. It doesn't load it. See, it's not loading, but I could just copy the code. Doesn't matter. I can just copy the code up to here. Copy. Create a new interface. Call it, okay, what is it? What is it called? Visual editor? Whatever. Name visual editor. Visual editor. And I'm gonna put it in a new panel. Not in that one. I don't know why is that was the default. Python panels. Visual editor. As far as I remember, this thing doesn't work. So don't get your hopes up too much. Accept. And yeah. And let's select it here. So there we go. That's how I remember it looking. So you can see it's supposed to edit the colors of the viewport. Let's see if it works. Active C-plane color. Now let's do something background color. Let's do that. Let's see if that works. Let's put it red. That way we will know if it works. You can see it doesn't work. If you toggle it on, it doesn't work. What you do with this is you save this to a color scheme, or at least that's what I understand. You save it and then you load it into Houdini. So it's not working here. You can say you can save something. I don't know what it saved really. So you can see this panel is completely broken. There's a lot of stuff here that is not working. I have to refresh my viewport. Let's see. Let's create a new student viewport. Nope, it doesn't work. There's another viewport there. It doesn't work. Because it's not using the right scheme. It's trying to use gray, and I don't have the gray scheme. Also, you can see this panel is totally broken. You can see this is not working correctly. But viewport color editor. If you no, I'm not set to dark. I'm set to something, another theme. So if you change this to, let's see, I don't know why I'm doing this, but anyway, color settings, I can change this to the Houdini dark. Close that and see if it works now. Background color, this is the background color of what? Of Houdini. Okay, doesn't work. What about what did we change before? I don't know. No, I've never used this thing to do this, but I guess you are editing the colors here, and then you can save it maybe. I don't know. Oh, looks like it did work right now. Let's see, let's do it again. Let's hit save. Ah, there we go. Now it does kind of work. Kind of works. So you need to set this to your current theme and then save it and then refresh this guy. Now it works. Okay. I think I can do a better job than this. This is totally not cool. But yeah, if you guys want to use that, you can use it. It's pretty old and glitchy, and it doesn't show all your themes here. It just shows the light, dark, and gray. All right, so that's about it for that. Let me go back to my cool theme because I don't like this theme. It's too weird. Where's my theme? Color settings. Thank you. Now I feel good, man. All right, are there any questions about Python? Python. Are there any questions about Python? That's just for the viewport. Now I have a weird viewport. Man, I don't want to have that. I want to delete that. Config sync colors dark. Go away. Now it's not gonna load it until shoot. Now I have a weird viewport. And that guy that guy is here. No, go away. I'm gonna have to correct my colors. Alright, so any questions about Python? Because we are already in an hour and 30 minutes. Wow. So yeah, we can do a lot of stuff with Python. So basically someone asked about what are the languages, scripting languages in Houdini. So one is AScript, and AScript is for doing automation stuff here mostly here in the parameters of Houdini, connecting stuff one to the other, getting there's simple functions to get the number of points of something, get the centroid of something, but it's basically for doing stuff here inside the nodes. And then Python is for doing more UI stuff, building tools, pipeline, automating stuff. All that stuff it's Python. It's good for that. You can import a bunch of geometry that you want to set up, stuff like that with Python. You can connect to other things with Python. You can do a bunch of stuff with Python. And now Bex it's more used for modifying geometry, doing stuff that it's gonna be really heavy geometry wise, and shading and all that stuff. So yeah, now you know how to. But yeah, you can, if you wanna do a Python node here, you can do that, and you have the geometry node here. You can for sure modify the geometry. You can see I just moved the geometry here with this changes the position here, like let's say put it to 2, and you can see I'm modifying the geometry. Is it really slow? It's not that slow like people think, like it's gonna be taking forever. So it's not. You can see it just evaluates really quickly. Even if we have, let's say, 100 points here, I have like what 10,000 points. It's not gonna take any time. It's pretty quick. So there's some stuff that you can do with Python, modifying geometry and stuff, if you still want to do that. Some people still do it, even if Bex it's maybe better or whatever. People just do it with Python anyway. What would you ever use AScript and Bex with Python? You can run AScript from Python. Yes, you can run AScript from Python, but you can't run Bex from Python, or vice versa. Python and Bex, I don't think they talk at all, but you can run AScript from Python. You can see AScript. You can, I don't even know AScript commands anymore. What is an script command? I remember. Echo something. So there we go. It runs something from Python. It runs a script, but yeah, you don't really mix too much parameter. You sometimes use some script functions in Python because those functions are maybe not in Python yet, but Python and Bex, I don't think they talk at all. But you can use Python here, and then next node could be a Bex node, an attribute wrangle, and you can do some more geometry operations here, and then you can do more Python here. After that, nothing's gonna happen. They will play nicely. It's not gonna break or anything. So yeah, you can mix it up if you want to. It's not like one is gonna 10. It's not like one is gonna overcome the other. They can be using for their own things. Each one has their own things to be used for. So, all right, I guess we are done for the day. Remember, guys, that you can't get tab 2 for a discount right now. If you don't want to get a discount, just get it for $5,000 and help us with the development. That will really help us keep developing, keep making tutorials. Or if you want to get it for 5 million, I won't be mad, I promise. I won't be. I might get a little upset, but I won't be mad. If you want to give me $5 million for that tool, I will totally understand why you're doing that. I'm cool with that, you know. Just name your price there, and remember that it's just gonna be that for one more this week and next week, and that's it. That's it. So yeah, if you want to give me a bunch of money, just type it there and just give me the money. It's just bothering you to have so much money. Just give it to me. I'll do something with it. And of course, the courses we have, you can go and explore them and learn some stuff from us and all that really beautiful things. Just before we leave, I'm going to show you what I'm preparing for the next free tutorial. It's going to be free. So I'm preparing some sand. Look at that. That's pretty cool sand. This is what I'm doing. That's gonna be next Monday. You're gonna learn how to do that, which is pretty cool. I think I got really nice settings for cool sand because most of the sand I've seen out there looks pretty fake. This one looks pretty okay. Pretty okay, and it's kind of mixture of wet and dry sand. And you're gonna learn how to do that next week. Alright guys, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I know some of you are gone and are pretty much really silent, but I love you guys still. I will see you next week, and let's keep learning together, alright? And do some Python. I need to do this in my big cam. Do some Python. You need to do Python. All right. See you guys next week. Bye-bye. Need to hold the pose until I find the button. Button found.